Our next guest underwent multiple surgeries in the past 2 years, leaving her scarred both physically and emotionally. This is her story.
This all started about 3 years ago after several years of bouts of diverticulitis, which is an infection of the colon. My doctor said I had had enough and wanted me to have that part of the colon removed. So we scheduled surgery, and that's when everything just spiraled out of control. The surgery was supposed to be laparoscopic, but the doctor said there was too much scar tissue because I had 2 children C-section, so I was cut from below the rib cage down below the belly button. The day after surgery, they noticed drainage coming from the incision site. I was vomiting. After 15 days in the hospital, I knew something was wrong. My abdomen was becoming larger and extended, and the nurse told me, "You have a hernia, you need to go back into surgery." After the hernia surgery, 104 fever, stomach was beet red. It was excruciating. I was in the emergency room several times, only to end up with another infection and another surgery. The mesh had become infected. At one point, they told me my kidneys were failing, so here comes surgery number 3. Still ended up in the hospital 2 more times after that with infection. Eventually, the infection went away. But I was left with a road map on my stomach. One side hangs lower than the other. I have a cone in the middle. It just disgusts me. I don't even want to look in a mirror. You know, I'm 52 and I have to dress like I'm 80. I want to get back to feeling like a woman. Is what I want to get back to feeling like. I basically don't have a life anymore. I don't want to have a relationship with anybody because I'm not going to get undressed in front of anybody. After everything I've gone through, I'm not me anymore. One decision to have something fixed to better my health turned into a nightmare, and it basically ruined me.
Please welcome Kim to our show. And
Hi.
Kim, thanks for being with us. I know this has been such a rough path over these last few years for you. What has kept you going?
The love of my family, my children, my grandson. He's in my world. I want to see him grow up. I have a new grandbaby coming. So
well, that's
my motivation.
That is the best motivation. And I mean, you know, you really came close. I mean, you were very, very sick. How are you feeling now?
Thanks to a wonderful surgeon I found, Dr. Tofai, I feel 100% better.
And speaking of Kim's wonderful surgeon, her hernia surgeon, laparoscopic surgeon specialist, Dr. Shirin Tofai, actually joins us in our audience. And clearly, from a medical perspective, Kim is feeling so much better. Is that fair to say?
Oh, for sure. On the inside, she looks fantastic. She's back to normal. If you look at her CAT scan, it looks like a normal person's CAT scan. You would not know that she's had all these abdominal wall failures.
And kudos to you. So the internal structure of her abdomen has been addressed. Also, I have to highlight one silver lining in all this.
I smoked for 38 years, and I quit.
Good for you.
And that's huge. You know, going forward with your life in general and your relationship, you want to be around for your family. Quitting smoking is the single best thing that you could do. Things on the inside have been repaired, but you're left with all these scars, with all this loose, excess, uneven skin. How does that feel?
Physically, I can't wear zippers. I can't wear buttons. I'm left in sweatpants and pull-up pants and yoga pants.
And I know that you've tried to get your insurance company to get involved to help you out, because in my mind, unfortunately, I don't think for the insurance company, this is reconstructive surgery, and you would benefit from some help.
And I know, Kim, it sounds like you've stayed positive because of your family, but what I hear from you right now is you're excited about everyone else, but you're still not so excited about your own stock in life because of all these continued issues.
Right.
And so I want to introduce to everyone board-certified plastic surgeon Dr. Sheila Nazarian and dermatologic surgeon Dr. Jason Emer. I want to bring them into the conversation because I know that the two of you have talked to Kim, and I want to start with you, Dr. Nazarian. What did you find in your consultation?
So as you can see in her photos, she has a lot of loose skin, she has a lot of scarring, and I think this highlights something really important. You know, for doctors, a lot of the time, especially in general surgery when we all were training, it was all about saving the life, not really caring about how the person looks. And like Dr. Tofai says, her CAT scan, and on the inside, she looks great. But, you know, how you look is real. And how you perceive yourself and how you think other people are perceiving you is real, and it can have really dramatic effects on your self-confidence and how you view life. And so, in her case, I think it's really important to make the outside look as good as the CT scan does. Take up some of that skin, give her a flat tummy. Those are the things that I would recommend, seeing her. Now, her case is not typical. She had a lot of bad luck. It's left her with all these scars and deformities. A normal tummy tuck would just be an incision along the bottom from hip to hip, like you've probably seen on TV. But in her case, especially since she already has the midline scar, if we take some of that skin out in this direction as well as along the bottom, this is called a fleur-de-lis abdominoplasty, and it'll really give her waist back. So instead of just pulling down and making her look kind of boxy, taking it in from this direction as well in order to give her a waist is what I would do in her situation.
And Dr. Emer, what is your take on this, on Kim's situation?
Well, as you know, I do a lot of body shaping, and Dr. Nazarian and I do some dramatic body transformations together with skin removal and fat. And in her case, if you only remove the skin, she's going to be left with fat in other parts of the area, not typically looking as good in clothing, not feeling as good as she really wants to feel. So what, in these types of cases, what I would do is come in and remove some of the fat in the area at the same time that we're removing the skin, contour the sides, the arms, sometimes even the back and inner thighs to really give her an overall shape that would give her much more confidence along with the skin removal. We'd want that type of body transformation.
And Kim, you've been through so much. This has been a really rough road, but maybe finally you're on a paved road to better health. I know that the two of you actually have a surprise for Kim.
Kim, it would be our honor, and I'm getting emotional, but it would be our honor to help you at no cost, provide you with the surgeries that you need to make you feel whole.
How do you feel?
I'm grateful for your offer. I appreciate it. The fact that I might finally get an end to the nightmare it's overwhelming. It is extremely overwhelming. I can be me.
Well, keep that positive spirit. Docs can't thank you all enough for being here.